Back live in Paris, first time for Madison Keys on Chatrier. Does not seem to be fazed by the occasion at all. 6-1 opening set over Buzarnescu, 27 points to Maddie, just 12 to her opponent. As we welcome you to the Alfa Romeo Terrace. If you've been watching Tennis Channel all year long, you know we've been using the UTR, the Universal Tennis Rating, to help better analyze players and matchups. Mark Leschly is the CEO of UTR. Mark, welcome to Paris. For those who haven't watched all year long, just give us a quick explainer of how the UTR analyzes players and matchups.
Yeah. So UTR is a rating system. It has 3 factors that go into it. It looks at the scores of your matches and how you compete against opponents. It looks at the strength of the opponent, and then it looks at your number of matches, and so the history that goes into it.
All the organizations and colleges and networks are using it increasingly. And talk about what's new as you look at some of the key components that go into the algorithm. Your partnerships are growing by the minute, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been fascinating and fun and exciting. You know, the partnerships are exploding. We're going to do thousands of UTR events now across the world, from China to Norway to Australia and the UK. So that's very exciting. And I think we're just getting started. You know, I think we're investing heavily now in improving the rating and broadening out the platform. I think one of the things we want to do now is that we want to continue to broaden this out, and we're going to make the technology available now into local communities. So we want every player, not just tournament players, to be able to use the systems.
And what about Orange Coach and the partnership there?
Yeah, so we have 4 major initiatives around partnerships. The first one has really been trying to help local professionals and teaching pros, and we've already done deals with PTR and USPTA. And so now we did a deal with Orange Coach. We add another 20,000 teaching professionals in Europe, so we have over 65,000 people we're going to give free technology to now that they can help in their local communities. We're also now rolling out with major academies, so it's already being used at Rafa and John McEnroe's Academy and Evert, and now we just signed big deals with Cliff Drysdale's and IMG and Saddlebrook and Courtside and JTCC, and the list goes on. That's only a couple of weeks in. And even SPORTIME in New York, so it's exciting times.
Well, I mean, other people are realizing that the tour rankings are just insufficient to sort of analyze where players are and how they compare to other players when they play one another. Notwithstanding the fact that you went to Harvard, you're an excellent tennis player and a smart guy. I would like you to take a look at this video and analyze this matchup with the UTR.
Oh,
that is Tracy Austin, who is a 2-time U.S. Open champion and a Hall of Famer, and that other guy is you.
Yeah, well, the great thing about UTR is you get to play across age and gender. Unfortunately, Tracy beats me on every dimension as a human being and as a nice person, and even on the tennis court. But it was a treat to be out on the courts of Roland Garros.
All right, yeah, you hit with Martina, too, so you've hit with a number of first-rate human beings and players. Let's use the UTR to look at a couple of matchups coming up, and let's start on the men's side with Nishikori and Thiem. Kei is ranked 21 on the ATP World Tour. Dominic Thiem is ranked 8th. He's twice a semifinalist here. What does the UTR tell us? Yeah,
so this is an interesting match. You know, certainly Nishikori here has a slightly higher UTR at 15.9 versus the the clay court UTR here is 15.9 versus 15.84, which you see down below there. There it is, the stat. And so it's definitely one that's very close. I think Thiem obviously has been playing well. What's interesting to note, they're still pretty far distance from Rafa at 16.4. He's so dominant.
And the maximum is what?
Well, it could, in theory, go as high as anything, but right now, because Rafa's been competing so well, he's the highest UTR we've ever had at 15.43. All right, so 16.43.
Exactly, it's very close to 16.5. Yeah. This is the women's matchup, Kasatkina and Wozniacki. Caroline ranked 2 in the world, Kasatkina ranked 14. What does the UTR tell us about this?
So Wozniacki here is sort of favored on every dimension here. They play a little bit better on other surfaces than on clay. But the interesting thing here is Wozniacki has lost twice to her this year on the hard courts. So it'll be a fun match.
Mark, congratulations on the growth of UTR. Thanks for inventing it to help us better and more accurately analyze these players and these matchups. We've got 2 really interesting matchups on court right now. You saw Madison Keys own the first set on Chatrier. Sasha Zverev has played a lot of tennis. He's taking on Khachanov on Longland. Let's go over to Mary Carrillo and Paul Anacone, guys.